Okay, so we're back because there was so much fun yesterday and questions and emails came in, and I'm just grateful. Grateful that when I said play with me, talk to me, let's jump in this thing together, that you became an active participant with me. And I just want to jump back to some of the questions that have come in about what am I doing, right? And I am very human. My baby boys, my little soldiers, were preparing, training, cutting weight, getting ready for state wrestling this weekend, only to find out last night at their last practice before battle that the tournament had been canceled as part of, no surprise in the line of things that have now been canceled. And it was very difficult to watch their poor little hearts, because not postponed, not rescheduled. No, this like long season, this big build, this go into battle for districts, and canceled, and they were very disappointed. So it did create really good conversation with me and my husband, with some of our close family members, with other parents, and with our children about what's going on and how, like I said yesterday, you can't get out of it, get into it, and here we are. And let's talk about how we navigate the turbulent waters that are going to have to play out, right? There has been an impact. There have been choices. We all live with the choices that we make. We are not victims of circumstance. I believe that life is always presenting me with opportunities to engage in it, and lessons are at hand. So what does this mean, and how am I engaging with it? What are me and my family doing about it? And from a physical standpoint, we're getting adjusted. We are turning on our power. We are making sure that our nervous system is fine-tuned. We are making sure that it is in proper communication with all other systems of the body, and that our immune system is on point. We are doing our best to eat good foods, drink good water, rest, play, exercise, get in sunshine if there was some, not today, but hopefully tomorrow. We meditate. We do give hugs, and I did get some feedback on that, and I understand. I will make sure that I ask permission, because I also respect boundaries, and if people want space, of course I respect that. And we can totally air fist bump like Big Hero 6, like ba la 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 la. Like, I'm down for that. I'm also, a little elbow action. I'm good, but I still want to make sure that we're connected virtually and in person, and that those that are good to engage and want to connect and thrive in that connection also know that I'm very huggable. So that's there. We understand that vitamins and supplements are important. We don't do a ton of that, because it's like very nutrition based, hopefully. And but colloidal silver, big fan of that. My buddy's actually making me some homemade. We got kombucha running in the house. I like to consume really healthy things versus taking powders and pills. It's just never been my jam. You do you, boo. When it comes to mental health, I'm going to make sure that I'm getting up early, and that I'm taking adequate time to myself, to my mind, to my prayer, and some journaling and reading before I engage in this stuff, because I want to feed body, mind, soul before I engage in the world. I do plan on engaging in the world. I'm going to come back to that. Spiritually, making sure that we're talking about God, that we're talking about humanity's been through lots of trials before. We are not the first in humanity to come against something like this from a health standpoint, from an economic standpoint. We have been through it, we have overcome, and we will again. So doing our best to talk about those things, and making sure, I've heard different conversations around children and how they're soaking up all of these things too, and they don't have the life experience or maybe fortitude quite yet to sort through. And I've heard some kids say, like, gosh, this is just making me feel a lot of anxiety, or I'm really anxious. And I just want to make sure that they understand that there's a difference between fear and caution, that there's a difference between panic and anxiety and awareness, and that, we can navigate this thing in patience without judgment and still, be kind to one another and respect boundaries and spaces, because, we're all going to bump into each other a little bit here. And polarity is something that I want my family, my friends, my kids, my community to be aware of, because I do believe united we stand and divided we tend to fall. And so whether it is some virtual communication while there's pauses in society going on right now, let's make sure that, we have these vehicles for connection. Let's use them for good. I'm not, I know that there's some buzz around turn off the TV, turn off the phones. And this is a really good way, actually, for us to have conversations from the comfort of our safe spaces. So let's do it. Let's get in it together. And, it's not a question of, is it this way or that way? It's we haven't been here in this time and space before. So it's this and that. It is patience, kindness, good vibes, hippie feelings, and feel good, and common sense, good, clean diet, vitamins and supplements, lots of fluid, lots of rest, chiropractic adjustments. It's being very smart, because this is going to impact our economy. It already has, and it's going to take time for things to recover. And our choices yesterday created where we're at right now. And our choices today become our tomorrow. So the more we can talk and engage and not go into some isolation and hide from one another, I believe the better off we're going to come out from the other side of this thing, right? We didn't get here by accident. So let's talk about it. And for me, again, I want to be that lighthouse. I don't mind if I poke a few bears and there's some growling inside of each of us, because I want us to know and get in tune with where we're strong and where we might be a little weak and we could be stronger. I want people to be in their power. I want people to remember that the body is made to adapt and overcome. I do believe that the body is innately very, very, very powerful, and I do believe that innate power is wildly undervalued in our current culture. Acupuncture has been around for thousands of years, and you go back to the roots of natural healing, and I'm not, again, it's this and that, right? It's you can be in power and faith and trust of God's source and your body's system, and make good choices and use technology for the greater good. So, how'd we get here? What are we learning right now? And where do we go from here? That's it. That's the conversation I want to be a part of. What am I doing right now? I'm taking really good care of my physical body. I'm emotionally and staying very connected to people who I trust and who build me up. I'm mentally doing a lot of reading, a lot of research. I want to understand this whole thing. I want to hear it from different sources. I like my own buttons being pushed. I want to know that I know that I know. And spiritually, I'm doing a lot of praying. All right, God, here we are. Where do we go from here? And that's what I'm doing right now. And so again, if I can support you in any way, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. God did give me a really big heart and a really big mouth. So you put those two things together, and here I am. So I love you, all of you. No, you are not, man. I'm just sending you so much light and prayers and blessings. United we stand. We got this. We got this. We're going to come up stronger, better than ever. I'm going to do a video again for entrepreneurs, because I know my people in business, small business, healthcare, we're all feeling the feels of what this means too. So we'll circle back with that. But I love you, sending you virtual hugs and a little ba-da-la-la-la-la, and I'll be seeing you soon.